Hi everyone, this is Stacey here, aka Professional High Priestess. I hope you are well. I'm on my way to Costco, but I needed to just put this video out there real quick regarding the protests that are currently going on. And just to kind of give you a little bit of my take on the situation. So, me personally, police brutality is an issue. Racism in America is definitely an issue. Yes, people of color are actually much more impacted and targeted than any other racial group when it comes to police violence, stop and frisk, all of that. And there's actually a website that you guys can go to, and it's called, I believe it's called the Police Data Mapping Project. So I want you to go look that up, and it actually has like this map that you can go look into, and you can go by city and state, and you can actually go and look by race and gender and age at the different police killings. So women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie, right? In my Yogadi voice. So I wanted to put that out there first and foremost. Hi everyone. But something that I did want to say, y'all, is you guys have to realize that these killings that they do, it's not by chance. In many ways, it's a ritual. And let me tell you, because when something happens over and over repetitively, to me, that lets me know that there's a ritual going on, right? So for instance, and this is how we get like the school to prison pipeline, high infant mortality, death rates. Like, when they have statistics and they can predict certain things, it's because it's a ritual, because they put the energy in place, and then they just know by the fact that they set up the ritual, people are going to walk right into that energy. So they go ahead and they kill a person. Usually it's a melanated being, right? And I talked about melanin being very powerful, and the destruction of melanin, the degradation of melanin, etc., being a type of magic in and of itself, right? So then they go ahead and they kill a melanated being. They use a police officer to do it. A lot of the times the police officer either gets off or they get a little bit of jail time and whatever. They kill a melanated being. They circulate it on social media. We all watch it. It all goes into our consciousness. So we all put brain power and energy to it, right? From our heart chakra and our solar plexus and our crown chakra as well, right? And our root chakra too. Because it creates a feeling of feeling unsafe, right? So that's the root chakra. So then we put a whole bunch of energy into it, psychologically, spiritually, grief, all of that into it, as it's going on social media. Then they do the protest, which is another type of energy, right? So they get us all in the streets, stomping and charging and walking, because remember, dance is a type of ritual. That's why our ancestors would get in circle and they would dance, and as a part of they do stomping and clapping and things like that as a part of amplifying the energy. So then we get into that as well. And then we all dissipate, it goes away, and then it happens again. But wait, where's the energy going, right? You have to ask yourself that. Okay, wait, hold on. Where's all this energy going at the end of the day? Who at the end of the day is getting a promotion, right? Who is getting like the next business deal, right? What organizations or companies are going to the next level after all these different things happen? You guys have to ask yourself that, because you are literally getting your energy put into like all kinds of Masonic, lower vibrational, rituals. It's a fucking ritual. I'm not saying that man should not get his justice and that we should not be angry. However, you have to understand the police in itself is a type of spell work. It's sorcery. That's why this marching and this charging, it only just you put one person in jail, or you get like some law that doesn't even stick saying, oh, we're gonna put the police officers have to get a training or whatever. It never really changes anything. Why? Because the police follow something called the brotherhood, the code of brotherhood. What is it called? It's not the Blue Shield law. It's like the Brotherhood Code. It's like they themselves are a whole brotherhood, the police. And you guys have to also understand the history of policing came out of vigilante slave catching. Yeah, the police in the United States of America literally evolved out of slave catching. So you have to understand that too. It's always been about destroying, controlling, and maneuvering the energy of black and brown people, y'all. The spirit that is over that will follow you home to your kids. That's what I'm saying. And then you guys go out and you're in the streets and stuff like that. And I'm just gonna keep it hella real. And everyone's like, oh, Black Lives Matter. I live in Oakland, and they shut everything down over here. And I didn't even know that they put curfew and everything like that. But I'm gonna keep it hella real. A lot of those people that started Black Lives Matter are very questionable, even in our community. They're very questionable. I want you guys to go look up some of the articles about the leaders of Black Lives Matter, where they're talking about them just coming to do photo ops and get money and shit like that. They're very questionable. So you need to be careful with these different movements that you're following too, because there's a reason why certain civil rights movements get put over others. Think about the dichotomy of Malcolm and Martin. And I'm not saying that what MLK did, that he didn't put in blood, sweat, and tears, but there's a reason why he was chosen over other leaders. Now, with this whole Freemasonry stuff, Rosicrucianary, Scottish rites, in San Francisco, because I used to actually do CIT trainings with the police, where I would actually come and train them in terms of how to deal with like people of color in our communities and people who have like mental health issues. There was one time, and first of all, the police, like I'm gonna tell you, sometimes they go in with good intentions, but by the time they go through that ritual, which is the academy, they're completely reptilian. A lot of those police officers, they're completely reptilian and they're initiated. So there was one time we had like a ceremony with the police at the Scottish Rite Temple in San Francisco, and I was wandering around the temple because I was already up on game in terms of like secret societies and stuff at that time when I was doing this work. Matter of fact, I came into social justice work already knowing about Rosicrucianary, secret societies, all that, and I thank God for that. At the temple, they have like a hall of fame, and you can see all the different pictures of all the people that have been like a part of their group from years and years. One of the officers, I was like, isn't that one of the lieutenants? Most of the high-ranking police officers within all these different departments, FBI, etc., I said this a while ago, they are all a part of secret societies, y'all. They play with heavy levels of magic. If you want to take out the police, and if you want to dismantle the system, you either need to get into astral warfare, which is what it is, because the police is the enforcer. The justice system is the enforcer. That's how they enforce maritime law as well as draconian law in the 3D world. If you want to dismantle the shit, you got to do it up in the spiritual realm first. Come on now. But this is why they keep us in, talking about politics and organizing and activism. That's part of it. That's why you need spell work for social justice. Yes. And I've been saying it. Little George Soros is paying. That's what I'm saying. And George Soros is a part of all this. George Soros, he gave Black Lives Matter hella money. Questionable. He also helped to pay for the cannabis legalization in California, which is also hella questionable and causing hella problems. He also has money. They put money in Monsanto's. They're all agents. They're all agents, and none of them are in relationships with black people. None of them. So what are you talking about? And that stuff that I was talking about with the white man in San Francisco and the mayor and that whole case, they're protecting him, and he's a rapist. They're all friends with him, and they're talking about Black Lives Matter. No, it doesn't. Black lives only matter when it's time for TV ops, when it's time for articles, when it's time to get money, when it's time to get paid for speeches. Other than that, they don't give a fuck. Y'all keep your energy out of that whole ritual, y'all. I'm just gonna keep it hella real. There's ways that you can pay respect for the dead without having to get into that. They want to dismantle the system, but none of them have any spirituality at all. Come on now. What are you dismantling? You're just rebuilding a new system built with fuckery.